I'm sure this is going to be very interesting for many of you. Let me share about the 5 most important learnings I've had from sitting with plant medicines, and not only sitting in ceremony with and for myself, but also learning how to facilitate and guide others through these sacred spaces and immersions. The first essential part that I've learned, and this is really the most essential part, is plant medicines do not exist to solve our problems. I embraced and engaged my first plant medicine experiences from a place of already feeling in tune, already having a set of practices like yoga and meditation in my daily routine, so that I wouldn't fall into a addiction and it wouldn't have to become a support pillar for the long run, because it cannot be. It changes the chemical structure of the brain, and it's not a sustainable tool to lean on to. So whenever I have my first experiences, and let's have a look at my first experience with psilocybin, also known as magic mushrooms. I remember it was really from a place of feeling already complete and investigating, meeting that frequency, meeting that energy. Which leads me to the second most important learning that I've had from sitting with plant medicines. Each plant medicine has a specific frequency and has a specific spirit. Every spirit of a plant medicine, it's kind of like a teacher. It's there to provide you with a connection and offer you an experience of a frequency that you can learn something from. Now, like every teacher, eventually they have taught you everything you need to know, and they have given you enough of that frequency so that you have it within you. So the second most important learning that I've had is a plant medicine comes as a teacher, offers many amazing experiences, and amazing can be challenging, ugly, gnarly. It can be beautiful, blissful, and graceful. The whole spectrum of emotions can open up, and regardless if we feel like it was a good trip or a bad trip, there's a learning in it. And this is what I want to emphasize with plant medicine is they are teachers up until a moment where we've integrated the learnings enough so we don't rely on the teachers anymore, and we become the teacher, we become the frequency of the medicine itself. So there is no more need to activate that frequency through the external intake of a substance. The third thing that I learned, and I did learn it the hard way, everything within your mind is in relationship with everything outside of your mind. So what's happening within your mind, the mental movies, the mental projections, the chains of thoughts are directly linked and related to your outside world. Plant medicine journeys have showed me in dramatic ways that if my inner universe, my internal world is cluttered and occupied with worry, the external reflection of that clutter and worry or anger and fear manifests. And with plant medicines, it manifests 10 to 100 times stronger than from a sober mind. So that's why I always advocate for sitting with medicines, especially if it's the first time, with guided support by an experienced facilitator or ceremonialist. What's within the mind lives outside of the mind. So the more we nourish and the more we clean the clutter of our own mind, the more the outside world will reflect beauty to us. And that counts outside of the plant medicine journeys as well, of course. The fourth key learning that I had was if we can't see things, it doesn't mean they're not there. Everything is energy, everything has a frequency. So starting from the thoughts that we have, to the words that we speak, to the actions that we demonstrate, the way we create our surroundings, we decorate our homes, let's say, the way that we dress, the music that we listen to, the scents that we surround ourselves with, everything that is but isn't visible still is. So medicine work has given me a very sharp sense of awareness on neutralizing and harmonizing not only my inner world, but my environment as well. There's practices like Feng Shui that support that process very nicely. There is smudging, for example, as you can see, I'm smudging right now over here. There is essential oils, and there is surrounding oneself with frequencies, with soundscapes that are either natural or mantras. In case you have never sat with mantras yet or you haven't explored mantras, mantras are sacred songs, so-called distilled meanings into sounds, into very simplified sounds. And mantras are used across the board of all religions and all traditions. There's different mantras. And what a mantra basically does is it protects, it harmonizes, it neutralizes, and it clears the mind. And again, back to the previous learning, if the mind is clear, the outside environment will also clarify itself. What's within is all around. So what plant medicine has taught me is to be extra present and extra aware with how I treat the unseen realms. So I don't surround myself with a lot of pop music at all really anymore. When there is soundscapes that I sense, ooh, the intention behind that music doesn't resonate with love, or it's coming from a desire place or an anger place or a fear place, I don't play that music anymore, right? That's another thing that medicine journeys have taught me, and plant medicine has taught me, is the subtle unseen deserves attention and deserves love and purification as well. And the fifth thing that plant medicines have taught me is the quality of my breath is related to the quality of everything else in my life. So the deeper, the softer, the more graceful, and the more present I can be with my breath, that is reflected into every area of my life as well. May that be work, relationships, friendships, self-judgment, self-doubt. The more I am in tune and the more I let my breath reflect what I want to feel, how I want to engage with the world, how present I am, the breath takes care of me. So there's been my first journey ever with psilocybin, where I was guided into nature, and somehow this voice of nature said, lay down here, and my mind immediately kicked in and said like, well, there might be ants, there might be stuff, shall I get a towel? And the nature said, it's fine, just lay down, you'll be fine, I will take care of you. So I laid down in the unchopped grass in a bit of a wild garden. Surprisingly, no itching, no ants, no nothing. And I looked up at the sky, and this voice continues talking to me and guiding me. And it kept reaffirming this simple sentence. And it said, breathe with me. Listen closely to how I breathe and breathe with me. And so as I was starting my inhale, I had no idea what to expect, but that voice kept saying, keep inhaling, slow it down, be present, keep inhaling, slow it down. And then eventually when I reached the top of my inhale, the soundscape around me softened, the wind, the breeze softened, and I could see that actually, the wind softened, the trees would stop dancing for a moment when I stopped breathing. And then I exhaled and the wind started moving again. And so that was a teaching again of the quality of my breath reflects the quality of my outside environment. And that was also one of the moments where breathwork became even more important for me and an even more essential practice for me. It already was, but after that experience, it was it was very clear. It was saying focus on breath stability and becoming a breath anchor for your communities. So these are 5 of the most important teachings that I've learned from sitting with plant medicines. If you have more questions around this, put them down in the comments. I might make another set of videos. This is a big topic with a lot of things to cover, of course. And if one of these teachings resonates with you a lot, or you have similar experiences, also let me know in the comments. If the breath And if working with the breath is something that inspires you and somehow tickles your heart, I'll leave you with a link down below in the description of this video. We have a free breathwork experience waiting for you if you want to learn that breath stability and that breath awareness for yourself. Check it out, it's down in the description. And if you like this video, of course, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And I hope to see you in another video.